We're back with Garrett T. Caps. His backing band is NASA Country. His new album is called People Are Beautiful, and you just heard Happen Anytime, which is one of the most strange and profound songs on the album. You talk about seeing faces in dreams, and when you're walking around, you see these people's faces and others. What does it feel like to see those people?
Normal. I mean, it happened to me yesterday. I think I don't know. I don't talk about this with people very often, but I think I remember writing that song like I know more people at this stage in my life that have died than I used to, but growing up you know, a friend at school's parent would die or something, and that seems like a big deal. And it is a big deal, but like when I was younger and growing up, I remember these people whose like important friends whose parents have died specifically. Uh, I feel like that had such an impact on me for some reason. I'll see like someone that looks like my friend in eighth grade's parent that died, like at the grocery store, and
Day.
I like, whoa, it's just something I see in my head. And I saw someone at this thing I was at last night, and they look like my friend from high school's mom that died. And I don't know where that thought process comes from or what that means, but that's just something that happens to me. And it's like the only time I think about that person is when I see someone that kind of looks like them. So,
It just feels normal to see them, like, hey, what's up?
does that happen to you?
Uh, I feel like I feel like every once in a while I'll see someone in someone else, but usually I am seeing a living person. I'm just seeing a living person that looks like, someone else, and I'm confused that maybe this person is here, but they're not, and I'm just recognizing one feature of another person, if that makes sense. But
Yeah.
I usually don't see dead people.
I mean, I don't know what the whole thing means, really. It might just be like it's just something going on in my brain, but it's something that I notice and think about. I kind of like wrote that verse of the song about it.
Yeah, you talk about not subscribing to an organized religion. What are your beliefs on death and the afterlife? Especially if you're seeing these people walking around.
Um, I'd like to believe that there's a big party happening somewhere after this ends or something cool happens or it's just the next step in all these relationships and friends and family that I have, people that I love. I'd like to think that I get to see them and hang out with them more. And same for everyone else. But I don't really know. That's the big question.
You in the song you also mention how not just seeing, it's not just seeing people that can sneak up on you at any time. You mention how regret can come and get you. Is that something that hits you often?
Yeah. Well, I mean, somewhere in between regret and guilt and one of those other depressive hot words. uh, I tend to get down on myself and I can't remember what song talks about regret, but I don't. I think regret's one of the least. I don't have that much regret, but I do have like probably unnecessary feelings of guilt quite often.
Guilt and regret are cousins.
Yeah,
What's the last thing that you got unnecessarily guilty over?
Oh God. I get well, here's a funny one.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm liking this.
I mean, in the band management, in my world of trying to manage whatever my music career is, which has taken me to places I've never been before, and I met people that I've never met before, and written songs that I probably wouldn't have written before because of whatever trail of breadcrumbs I've been chasing for the last 4 or 5 years in my solo career. I have had different backing bands and different sounds, and we have NASA Country on this record, and they're my hometown band. I think they're a really unique band, and we're all really good friends. And we've played a lot of shows together this year, but this past weekend, I played a few like more country honky tonk leaning shows in between our album release shows. I didn't really promote them that much. I played one in Austin and one down here in San Antonio, and they were with different backing bands. And I felt a little guilty for not getting my bros in NASA Country uh, on board to play these shows. It's not a big deal in the long run, but I have kind of felt a little bad about it.
Loyalty to your backing band is always a good thing, but it's okay to cheat every once in a while.
And I don't think it's really cheating, but it's just like trying to build like a team effort while also kind of like making sure my solo thing continues. And it's a balancing act that I'm still trying to figure out. And my operation is pretty independent, pretty DIY, and full of mistakes, but there's also glory involved. So that's cool.
That's cool indeed. Well, you guys put out a great record. I like the way it almost feels like you're breathing between songs, the way the rock and roll slows down for a minute and it's like you catch your breath and then you amp back up into the next production. So I like the backing band. They've got good stuff going.
Yeah, they're amazing uh, and creative artists and musicians and people. And I was just texting with Justin Boyd, the modular synth um, manipulator slash uh, dude in charge of making the crazy sounds. And we basically all produced this record together, but he's a huge part of the way this record sounds overall. And we're already talking about recording the next one, the next NASA Country album soon. And that's pretty exciting. I mean, we have played a lot of shows this year. Looking back, it's like November. We've been to like 10 different countries. We went to Europe in May. We went to Canada in April. I went to Chicago like a week ago. We've been having fun.
Good. The three countries we all think of, Europe, Canada, and Chicago.
Yeah, exactly. Uh,
I'm,
but
I
they're great. We listen to awesome stuff in the van, full of different musical influences and backgrounds. If you ever get it, hopefully we can meet in person one day. We'll come play. We'll come play up near you.
well, New York is a country and all to itself in some ways, but hopefully you find your way over. Um, Whenever I have someone on the show, I ask them to choose a song to end the interview. And there's two rules. One, I give you a category, and two, it can't be your own song. So I wanted to go with your religion of hope and choose a song that can be a hymn for that religion, a song that makes you feel hopeful.
All right. Let's think. I'm gonna open up my phone real quick. If that's cool.
Yeah, usually I have to edit this part down a little.
Um. Oh well, there's this Austin songwriter, longtime underground kind of songwriter, performer. Her name's Kathy McCarty, and she was pretty closely tied to Daniel Johnston. And she has an album that was recently re-released called "Dead Dog's Eyeball," and she does a cover. It's all basically Daniel Johnston songs, but she sings "Living Life." So Kathy McCarty, "Living Life," off of her recently reissued 1994 album "Dead Dog's Eyeball." The song's "Living Life."
All right, that should lots of information should be easy for me to find.